Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Let me introduce myself. I am an English teacher at Nazarbayev Intellectual School in Taldykorgan. My name is Жанна Исабекова. Today, I would like to represent you my lesson for the 4th grade for the topic Home Revision. This lesson covers the following lesson objectives. All learners will be able to make a map of the story setting. Most learners will be able to make up 2-3 examples on the past simple tense. Some learners will be able to write 4 paragraphs short description of the map, consisting of 5-6 sentences, and create a code message based on the story. I created the following success criteria to check and monitor learners' progress. They are: describe or give information of the characters of the story, speak about the events of the story, and use linky words correctly in writing. I believe that this lesson develops learners' leadership skills through the pair and group work. In addition, this lesson has direct cross-curricular links with the history. At the beginning of the lesson, in order to organize the learners and to involve them into the lesson, we greeted each other and I asked the following questions. How are you? What day is it today? What date is it today? How did you spend your weekends? These are the general phrases and practice of the past simple tense. As a starter, I used the following activity. Do you remember? This activity requires revision of the previous material, that is, a story which we read during the year. Firstly, I demonstrated my learners the pictures of the main characters of the story. The task is to describe or to give any information about the 4 characters: Mr. Wilson, Fiona, David, and Greg. So, by the end of the activity, we gave characteristics about the people and remembered what they did in the story. You can watch it now. So now look at the board and describe the characters. Give any information you know about them. First of all, who are they? The first. Mr. Wilson. Zara. David, yes. Greg, yes, of course. Okay, you can give any information about them. Just describe the 4 main characters. Okay, first of all, let's start from Mr. Wilson. Ramila.
Mr. Wilson has a travel clock.
Good, thank you very much.
Mr. Wilson wants to travel in time and
around that. Good, thank you very much. Any other information about Mr. Wilson? Diana, please.
Mr. Wilson wants to sell his shop.
Good, wants to sell his shop. What kind of shop? Clock shop. Good, thank you very much. Okay, next, Fiona. What do you know about Fiona? How can you characterize her? Alina.
Fiona is Mr. Wilson is uncle, her uncle.
Your uncle, good. Fiona's uncle. Then? Diana?
Fiona doesn't like Greg.
Good, she doesn't like Greg, that's true. Then? Here, Alina, please.
She likes playing in basketball.
Playing basketball. And Diana, the last one?
Fiona's friend is
David, your best friend, yeah? David. Okay, now let's speak about David. Okay, what can you tell about him? Ladies, please be active. Леша.
David is Fiona is his
Good, Fiona's friend. Рамиля.
David doesn't like Greg.
Good, thank you. Diana.
David likes eating.
Good. Thank you very much. And the last one, Greg. Alina.
Greg likes his bike.
Likes his bike. Good. Yes, Ian.
Greg doesn't like travel.
Traveling. Yes. Diana.
Greg is beautiful.
Good. Excellent. Lesha.
Greg doesn't want to ride. Test.
Good. Thank you very much. Okay. So, as you have understood here, today we are going to revise the whole story. Okay, and about travels. Mr. Wilson and the children, where did they travel? Lesha.
They travel to Egypt.
Egypt. Then,
In past, future.
in the past and in the future. Yes, you are right. Where did they go? Where else, please? What other places did they visit during their traveling? With the help of time travel clock, yeah?
They were in mountains.
In mountains and in
In
jungles. Excellent. Where?
On Venus planet.
Good. Venus planet. Okay, who can tell? What is it called? Venus planet. No, planet. Start with the letter D. Donuts, yes. And where else?
In a spaceship.
Spaceship, yes. The middle part of the lesson, I decided to start with a mind map. As we have finished reading all the parts of the story, I wanted to conclude all the adventures in the story by making the map. The key questions were suggested to be answered, such as where, what, or who. To make the learners feel confident in the task, I showed the example. The first place where the heroes of the story went firstly was the shop, and in the shop they saw the time travel clock. As the whole class, we made a map adventures. Now, let's watch how the work was performed. To organize a map, yeah? The whole story setting. Where did they travel? About the adventures, the places. Your task is, I'm going to draw a map, but you're going to answer questions. What place? Where did they go? And what important did they see or met there? Understand? Yes. Okay. I start from the first point. The first point was where? The first attention. Shop. So I'm writing shop. Yeah? And what was in the shop?
Clock.
What kind of clock? Time. Travel. Clock. Okay. What was the second place of going? The past. And what was in the past? Mama. So they met mamas and cave people. Yes, you are right. Cave people. Then, where did they go next? Future. And what did they see there? Teleporter. Yes, they used a teleporter. Okay, maybe we will change our roles. Who wants to write? Diana, you go next, please. Okay, after the past, after the future, where did they go next, please? Help. Where did they go? In the future. They said in the future, but where? What place in the future? Spaceship, please. Spaceship. And in the spaceship, who did they meet? Zena. Diana, you are right, Zena, yeah? After spaceship, where did they go? Yeah, jungles or mountains. Okay, you can write jungles. And in the jungle, what did they see? Hieron, yes, they explorer, and or Machu Picchu, yes. Diana, are you writing? Okay, just Zena, that's okay. Number 5 is jungles. Number 5. Okay, Diana, please. Jungles. Then, after mountains, where did they happen to be? Jungles, write down. Machu Picchu here. Quicker.
Egypt.
No, before Egypt.
Museum.
And what did they see?
Mobile telephone.
What else? Okay. And old man with what?
With box.
With box and with what on the head?
Cover
Cover plates, right now. Museum cover plates. Then after museum, they Egypt, and in Egypt they saw pyramids, of course. Egypt pyramids. Thank you very much. Joshua, will you write? Continue. Так, number 6, 7, yeah? Here, please write 8. Number 8, please. After Egypt, where did they go? They went to? Yes. It is called? Good. Write down. Planet Donors and good. Sinorium. Yes. Write down. Okay, next. The last. Home. And in home, what happened at home? Greg went home and he left what?
A message.
A message. Write down home and message, yeah? Okay, so here you can see the whole map, yeah? The adventures are traveling the whole way. They had on their way. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, please. Now, I want you to make some notes about this map. Please open your copybooks and write down. After working with the class, I asked the learners to choose any place of adventure and discuss with a partner, with the aim of involving every learner. Special questions were suggested to use during the discussion. They are who, where, what happened at the end. Before starting the work, I showed the example. You can watch this lesson element. Mr. Wilson and the children were in the shop. The children helped him because Mr. Wilson wanted to sell the shop and travel all over the world. Greg saw a blue box and took it, but suddenly he dropped it. There was a time travel clock. Boom! They all disappeared. Now let's watch it. We are going to practice speaking. So we have how many? 3 players. You say, please, will you stand up and join to your shop? So you will be one player. Okay? So listen to the task. Your task is looking at the mind map. You are going to have a conversation in pairs. Your task is choose from 9 any place you like and speak about it. Understand?
Yes.
While speaking, you should, for example, I will take the past about cave people. You should ask the questions who, what, where, what happened, and why. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, you have 2 minutes to prepare. Start speaking, discussing in pairs. Then I'm going to listen to you here. Start. Any place you like, choose here.
On this planet, we can see many different things. In this place, we see hero. This is David, Greg, Fiona, and Mr. Wesley. It's to travel. Greg doesn't like.
Having worked on speaking skill and revised the whole content of the story, it was high time to practice writing skill. As a pre-writing activity, we revised past simple tense. It was not the new topic for them. That's why we decided before starting pre-writing to revise it. Its rule, the usage, the structure, what auxiliary verb is used in interrogatives and questions. And to make learners remember not only the theory, but the practice as well, we made some examples using past tense, past simple tense. Then we revised the linking words that are used in writing. They are firstly, secondly, once, however, then, after that, and finally. And now let's watch how my learners did it.
Thank you very much. Time is up. We are starting to listen to your discussion. Amelia, will you please? Okay. Come here and you are welcome. Okay, I'll please listen to it. If you have some information to add, you can add. You are welcome. Please.
Fiona wants to see her uncle. In the shop was lots of books. Fiona asked, what's in the shop? Or in the box? He said, I want to buy this shop.
Sell
This shop because it's well written.
Okay.
You are very clever girl.
Who are you?
Mr. Wisikas. I want to sell the shop
Why did he want to sell the shop?
because it is.
He wanted.
He wanted sell shop because his shop is very small.
And he wanted to.
Travel.
Yes. Continue, please.
Mr. Wilson asked, I don't go to the old. Fiona said, no, everyone, people go to the old.
Okay, thank you very much. But what about time travel clock, yeah? There was a shop and a time travel clock. Diana, please.
Suddenly, in the box, Greg saw the clock. He dropped them.
And what happened? There was a boom and they disappeared. Yosha, what do you want to add? Is that all? Diana, please.
They disappeared
To the past, yes. Because of Greg, yeah? Thank you, girl. Thank you very much. Take it down. Okay, boys, do you want to share your ideas? Yes. Okay. So, what topic did you choose?
Dogs.
Okay, Jonas planet. You're welcome.
Mr. Wilson and children. Mr. Wilson and children appeared in Zena's planet.
Good.
What's called Domus.
Jonas.
There were very strange animals. Green cows, blue sheep, and birds with square wings.
Good, excellent.
Mr. Wilson asked Fiona asks Zena about Sonoro. Zena says that in the journals lots of Sonoro.
Why did he need to know?
Because with Sonoro, Mr. Wilson can for book walks better.
Good, excellent. And they wanted to go.
They wanted to go to the
Home. Yes? With the help of Sonoro. Okay. Any other information? No?
Before starting writing, learners were reminded the writing assessment criteria. It is the first. Writing should consist of 3-4 paragraphs of 2 sentences for each paragraph. Usage of the past simple correctly. Usage of the linking words. And correct spelling. Now, let's watch a video.
So, boys and girls, now we are having writing. It's high time to have writing. You are going to have 5 minutes writing. You know, yeah? 5 minutes writing. But before writing, we are going to revise the tense. The past simple tense. Okay, what is past simple tense? When do we use this tense? Who knows? What kind of action is it? Diana?
We use a simple when we say about
Action in the past. Okay, what is the structure of the past simple tense? What is the formula of it? What kind of verb do we use in the past? What tense? What verb?
is verb plus verb ed.
Good. If the verb is irregular, we add ed. But if it is irregular verb, we use what kind of form? Second form of the verb. Okay, excellent. Okay, what are the adverbs do you know in the past simple? Adverbs, time markers. Yeah. Yesterday, then.
Last week.
Last week.
Last
Last month. For about 5 days ago. Good. These are the time markers. Okay. Please, can you give me examples on past simple tense? Any example? No, a sentence. Yosha.
I was in the cinema yesterday.
Good. Yes,
The children were in the past.
good, excellent. Then. Keep yours. Ramila.
The children went to the shop.
Good, the children. Alina.
The butterfly were on a flower.
Good, butterflies. Where? Good. Diana.
It was in Normandy last.
Thank you, Zara.
I was in the zoo last
Last
month.
month. Good. Yosha's last month.
Mr. Wilson and the children appeared in the class.
It was only 5 minutes writing. As a summary, we have already discussed. One volunteer was listened to. You can watch it.
So, look at the board again. We are going to continue looking with the map, yeah? So you should have in your writing 4 paragraphs, 3 or 4 paragraphs consisting 1 or 2 sentences. So one paragraph should consist only 1 or 2 sentences. It's up to you. Understand? Okay, the first paragraph should be about shop, second about the past, and third about the future. You can have the fourth about speech, or you can't. It's up to you. Understand? Don't forget about linking words. What linking words do you know?
First,
Firstly, yeah? Then, after that, then, finally, excellent. Secondly, and thirdly. Understand? Okay, so do you have any questions about the task?
No.
You are describing 3 or 4 places using past simple and linking words. Understand?
Yes.
Only 5 sentences or 5 minutes. Start
Can I get 6, 7, 8, and 9?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson and the children have been in a museum. There they saw a mobile phone. Under the mobile phone, there was a sign.
Good.
Then they saw a woman that had strange thing on the head.
Thank you very much. That's all?
Yes.
Good.
To organize peer assessment regularly, learners were handed out editing marks sheets before. It helps learners to see the mistakes and self-correct the work independently. Learners trade the works and try to correct the mistakes using the editing marks. On the other hand, this table of editing makes learners remember and not to have the same mistakes every time. The last activity seemed to be exciting for learners. It was code messages. Learners in pairs read the code and write the message. They were key pictures and separate words to write the whole message. You can watch it now, how we did it.
Okay, and the last activity, yeah, just to make you feel maybe easy, yeah, we are going to have a message. I'm going to give you a sheet of paper, this, to each of you, but you can look in pairs, okay? You can look in pairs. Here you are. Okay, so it is a message. According to the story. Your task is to read this code and write the message according to the picture. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. You can consult with your partner. If you are ready, you can raise your hand. So there are only 4 sentences. Excellent, boys. It's a good job. How are you, ladies? Only 4 sentences. Okay, so have you finished 2 sentences? Thank you. Okay, maybe we'll start. Stop, please, girls and boys. It's high time to change. Put your pens down, please. Okay, so we'll do the first one. Others, please check.
Mr. Wilson and the children traveled with the time travel clock.
Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Good. Second one. Rabia, will you do the second one?
They saw mountains, people, mountains, swings.
Is it correct?
No.
No, Leosho, will you correct, okay?
They saw mountains, people with copper plates, mountains, and swings.
Good. Thank you very much. Okay, other 2 sentences, it will be your home task.
As the feedback, learners were given tickets out the door with a statement to complete. What I learned today. Most of my learners wrote that they used past simple correctly in the writing, that they like the code messages, and it was easy to write because they had a mind map. To conclude the today's lesson, it is important to mention that basically most objectives were achieved today. All learners made the mind map. Most of the learners could make examples on the past simple correctly, and only some learners could write the description. Honestly, everybody wrote, but some with mistakes. I made the conclusion for myself that the area of writing skill is still needs improving. Speaking about references, we have primary colors for pupils' books and active book as compulsory. Also, I referred to the following links to get editing marks sheet and some pre-after reading strategies to improve reading skills. All the materials are also available at Moodle NIS Edu KZ. Thank you very much for your attention.